Sorry, y'all. Hey, kindness starts here. This your girl Quill, the one that keeps it real with that trill to give you a thrill. That is beauty filled with looks that can kill. Hey, welcome back to God's Kingdom of Tarot Show. Tarot Show. You better act like you know. One moment. Hey, I'm back. So yeah, as I mentioned before in another reading, the dad had the side chick, had the baby taken from the side chick and raised by the main chick. Okay, I mentioned this in a reading before, and it's coming up again. Basically, probably because it's starting to hit more home than I'm trying to admit, or wanting to go there with. But yeah. So as I mentioned before, dad's family ultimately. So it ain't gotta just be the dad. The dad ain't even gotta be a fucking aware of it. Thank you for the first like while 0 people are up in here. I'm gonna say that because I know where the fuck I come from. And bonus blessings to you. First like it's bonus blessings over here. But yeah, so the dad, some type of way, is associated involving the dad, whether he knows or doesn't know it or not. The dad's family takes the kids. It's this rite of passage. And if y'all new here, welcome. If you're OG God and Goddess still, welcome back. All right. That includes all goddesses and goddesses. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying not to like say too much. Because people just think they know me, and it's starting to get annoying at this point. Like people really think they know me. And when I gruesomely beat their ass, figuratively, of course, figuratively. I've had my first fight this year in a long time. So I don't be around here just beating people ass, but I beat people ass, all right? I do. God does. My spirit team does. The God and Goddesses in the heavenly realm do beat people ass. And I've had one fight in probably over, I want to say, what's this? I want to almost say 20 years. I haven't had to beat nobody ass, but people ass been beaten on because of what they've done to me. All right. Like I said, people think they know me. And as I mentioned before, I did this in another reading where it said the dad had the side chick's baby taken and raised by the main chick. All right. Check it out. Check it out. I'm probably going to go check it out myself after this. But this hits close to home. Shout out to the 21 people up in here. I got to say that because they be messing with my stuff. Like I said, I think they know me. So now it's dad's family. He don't even have to know. Some of these families be going on their own missions and in their own volition to do what the fuck they want with their kids, these kids. And it's a rite of passage. That's the new part of this whole ordeal. It's a rite of passage. And I'm going to tell you how to identify that because I could relate to this personally. I experienced this firsthand. I could tell you anything you want to know about this family. And like I said, I try not to get personal because people have been getting their ass whooped for almost 2 decades because of what they've done to me. And I ain't had to lift a finger. I think I had that one fight just to show motherfuckers I still got it in case I forgot. I forgot. It's a rites of passage. So I'm going to tell you, the main indicator is if they have multiple siblings, especially men, boys, men siblings, but they don't be men. But maybe they are, because some of these dads don't know what the fuck their families are doing. If they have multiple men, at least 3 of them motherfuckers, not just 2, 3. We're going to get pinpoint down to this identification. Shout out to the 26 people up in here now. Gotta say that. And then how they have their kids. Like the first boy has their kid first. The second boy has their kid second. The third boy has their kid third. Because it's a rite of passage. Doesn't it sound a lot like arranged marriage and stuff like that, like they did it back in the royal times? I've also been picking up in my readings a lot. So much I can't pinpoint just one reading. It's just so much. It's a matriarch, an old ass bitch. She looked like she ain't having the babies or something. And she is. And this is probably what I was picking up on. It looks like she has the babies because she been all their legal guardians. That's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up mother figures. Not actual conceived, the mothers who conceived. Thank you for the 3rd like. May God bless you just for that. I saw it as soon as it changed too. Holy Trinity is with me. What up, Holy Trinity? So that's a one way for sure indicator. And then if any of them, just one of them got to be close to their mother. Just one. Because she will have all these boys and they hate her. Because you have multiple boys, it's easy to show favoritism. And these families would do this, knowing by the father or not knowing by the father. And they would do this and take these children from their mothers. Like, how does it even make sense? How does it make sense that a child, whether this child, mother or father, has any money, how does it make sense that the child, unless there's abuse, but we're gonna erase abuse, we're not gonna put that into the equation for either side, because most of the time it won't be abuse on the mother side, and this shit still will happen with the father or the dad. People, somebody daddy, all right? Yeah. People, somebody daddy, all right? Yeah. But how in a perfect world, or just in this type of situation with dealing with a child, a vulnerable child, that it makes sense that the father will be in better position to handle any type of child care duties than the mother? To start there. Not to include what this dad has in their family for a resource. Why? Why are we starting there? That's evil. That's corruption. Y'all don't get to just take people's children. And then they do the same tricks because they be tricking. The mother, the matriarch, be tricking and treat these women as objects. Get rid of them like a madam, because it's so easy for them to see them that way and not look at this is this child's mother. In no way. And from what I understand about the justice system, the courts, they always favor the mother when it comes to the child. And that's why they will hook up with people in the courts or find out connections in the courts that you have and sabotage those things. That's why they keep winning. And I just did a reading not too long ago. It says it's always one family that meddles with the other in every lifetime. And it came out that most of this time, it will be that family that someone married into. They're the bullies. And like I was starting to say earlier, I tried, because this hits so close to home, and I try not to get personal. I don't like to talk about myself too much, but I understood what I was, the energy I was getting. I was getting some positive energy, and I tried my best to acknowledge it when I felt it, but it turned demonic. Demonic. In yesterday's reading on Thanksgiving is really the day of thankful living. We thankful we able to live this life after our ancestors. We're just enjoying a special day or a normal day, let's just say. If somebody just comes and takes their shit, ruin their whole livelihood. Then the day after it, they call it Black Friday. Thank you for let me take your shit. Now we will sell you. But it looks so separated. We just think it's Black Friday, or some of us do know the origin of Black Friday, and we take that as a separate occasion. No, it went together. It goes together. If we pay attention, they can't play in our face no more. They shouldn't be able to play in our face no more. But yeah, in that reading yesterday, so check it out. It is posted. It said, let's cook while we listen to our ancestors. The real ones we should be thanking. That's the title, in case you are interested. Because I will be around for your children, your grandchildren, to watch me, to learn from me. They got to learn from your motherfucking ass all this motherfucking time, and you doing evil shit. So my good will outlast your bad. I decree and declare that shit. But yes, yesterday in that reading, I mentioned, I was talking a little bit about the case that's involving my son and me. How, I won, and I hesitantly say this because, it doesn't feel like a victory. It feels like one of those victories where, you won and you go to collect your prize and someone's trying to make you jump through hoops to collect your prize. Someone's trying to give you an additional competition or test to collect your prize. So I don't really feel too happy about it. Although I did get what I requested and asked for, despite all the dirt, the crazy stuff they put on my name, how they treated me, including my own defense team. So check it out. It's at the end, towards the end, if you don't have time to watch the whole 3-hour video. But yeah, I don't even be wanting to make these long, because I be feeling bad about that. I care about your time too. But, Anyway, but yeah, in there I was I was talking about how when I first met my lawyer, and where I spoke to her on the phone, and I was thanking her for actually being on my side, and because people are normally not on my side, and people are normally not nice to me whether they're on my side or not. So I was thanking her, or like for appearing to get angry on my behalf at least, or just want to defend me, even though I wasn't even thinking about her being an attorney. She reminded me that I'm your attorney. I'm supposed to be on your side. I'm not even supposed to, like, I don't really, frankly, care about your child right now. I just care about you. And when she said that, it was so much wrong in that, and I just took it gracefully, but I saw all the wrong in that. People sometimes, when they want to always remind people of who they are, they tend to have this personality that you can never get along with. If you know, you will probably never be able to get along with that person. Or even if you could get along with them, they could never be able to get along with you, because they're always going to want to remind you, if they have to, who the fuck they are. You could tell that by how someone identifies themselves in your life. Like she said, I'm your attorney. I'm supposed to do that. As if I needed a reminder that she was my attorney. I even wanted to consider or bring that factor to that. And as if you could only care about somebody if you're their attorney. That last one stuck with me. And I start the relationship like this, right? On my behalf. Like, even if I could judge whatever was coming out her mouth directed towards me, I still didn't treat her that way. I treated her as if I intended to. So if I'm thanking you for this, I'm going to treat you as if I'm thanking you for this. I appreciate this. Okay? So I will never change my view towards you. But I have learned a lot right now that's going to prove to me what I kind of know will probably happen in the end. So we get to the end of my case. Well, not really even in the end. During, yeah, see, look. And I'm still trying to remain my wholesome self. Someone's trying to stop my words. Mess with my words. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, throughout working with this lawyer, there was other microaggressions or jabs or things that proved to me why I needed to learn what I needed to learn when I first met her. And when we got to the end, she turns into a whole motherfucking demon towards me. Her and her assistant. Her assistant was nice up until the end, because her assistant didn't get to have that type of conversation I had with her when we first communicated with each other. Because why? I know you know the answer. I know you know the answer. Because I saw straight through the assistant as soon as I met her. So there was no need for any thankfulness for her niceness she was presenting to me. So anyway, I'm telling this story because in that reading that I did yesterday on Thanksgiving, I said this type of situation confirmed to me that every time I thank somebody at the beginning like that, they end up turning to a whole motherfucking demon at the end. Every time. And I have many recent occasions, including the one that involved me being separated from my son with the police officer, where that has happened. Police officer says I can go and says, oh, it sounds like you're trying. We're going to try to work to get you some hotel vouchers. He's calling homeless shelters and shit. How is that hotel vouchers? If anything, if you couldn't find the help, you could have pulled it out your pocket or just say you couldn't help. Why must it involve you calling CPS on me? But in the midst of this communication, I'm saying I thanked him. I was like, I thank you for your efforts and your time and stuff, but you don't have to do all of that. We got somewhere to go. We got somewhere to go tonight. Told the CPS worker that we pulled up. A lot of these conversations didn't even have to go that far. But same as with the assistant, when the CPS worker pulled up, I knew he wasn't so nice. I was actually sitting next to someone who confirmed that for me. It's like, he doesn't appear so nice. But I thank this motherfucking police officer. And then he turned into a whole motherfucking demon who called the CPS people on me to take my child. Demons don't have to be this whole, nah. But if you're lucky like me, and most of you, some of you are, you could see the actual demon there once all that is happening. And yes, I do see it through a phone, through FaceTime or whatever. I see it. I could see it. I can locate it where it is in your body. Because not all the time is it like the same outline of your body. It's not aligned with your body because it's not in alignment with you. You're just a comfortable place to stay while we're talking about this shit. Anyway, yeah, so I was telling that story because most of the time you would see that. Or if you can now put it together, you know the future. They will turn into a demonic person. So now when I get the inkling to thank someone, even if they deserve it, I don't. Because I already know the fucking future. And I'm not saying I don't thank them for anything. Don't get that twisted. I don't thank them for that specific thing that normally people kind of don't acknowledge or they feel the need to correct you for. But you could, like I was saying, you could also tell who a person is or if you should mess with them or not, or continue a relationship that you think is going to be permanent in your life with them or not, whether it's platonic or romantic, based on how they introduce themselves, the titles they insist you give them. Unless they earn that title, you don't tell me what to call you. You tell me what you are called, and I fucking say what to call you. So if somebody come at you and say, no, I'm instead of so earned it could mean marriage too, marriage, doctors or lawyers or like things that they earned that shit. All right. But if a motherfucker just wants you to call them Mr. or Mrs. such and such, it tells you a lot about that person. Let's just say. And if you pay attention to how you interact with certain people that come off that way, you will know the ending of that relationship. So you may not start it in the first place. So, yeah. And so, yeah, I was saying all that to say, sometimes it will be like that with some of these other people. When you're a baby mom, when you're a wife even, they getting bold and taking motherfuckers from wives. Taking kids from wives. I'm sorry. I couldn't think of what I was talking about. Taking kids from wives. Excuse me. I did not mean to say that. Refer to kids like that. But yeah, now they're starting to take their wives from their children or children from their wives. And they're doing all of this as grandmothers or grandpas, but mostly these grandmothers. And being a mother themselves. They're a grandmother. So they've been there and done that. Being a mother themselves. When you take motherhood seriously, we kind of welcome you with open arms into our family, which means we expect you to defend our family too and uphold our values. And when you don't do that, you got to go. You're not needed here anymore. We're just mothers here. You don't fit in. You don't think that's important, right? But we build this motherhood based on that. So any of you motherfuckers who not trying to take it serious, could go not take it seriously. We are here because we want to take it seriously. So as a mother, to take a child from another mother, no matter who that child is related to, is treason against our motherhood. It will be gravely punished. And it should. No remorse. No remorse, no sympathy. Send it to me. And I'll fucking make a post say they deserved it. Like I said about Sonya Macy, whatever her fucking name is. She burning in hell. I know where the fuck she is. I've seen this bitch. Talk about the dead that way, and then y'all stupid asses coming after me saying because I said she deserved it, and then her family come in and collect a settlement. And we couldn't get a acquittal. We got an acquittal for Trayvon Martin. I like that laugh. Too bad my laughs are too natural. I like that one though. Give me that one more. Give me that one more. Someone's name could be Moore. And I'm saying this because most of the time when there's a death, this family be doing some shit to set up something. They were promised something. They were probably even threatened. It was a bigger picture. And then when they get that settlement, Candace Owens on the podium more than Charlie Kirk's wife. And I go to her Wikipedia page and I'm walking down the empty ass hallway because they told her to set some shit up. Figuratively or literally. I know what the fuck it is. We starting to catch your ass while y'all trying to do the crime or execute this plan that you guys have created. We're catching you guys right now. And y'all everybody looking at you like, why are you setting up here? Why? Who's still listening to her? Who's still listening to him? It's going to be like that now. Fuck embarrassment. Fuck humiliation. That is worse. Because now you're going to jail for what you've done already. Because you're in the middle of your plan. So you've done something. You may not have done the ultimate thing. You've done something. You walked right into their arms. You might as well turn yourself in. Told y'all to stop messing with me. As long as you don't mess with me, you be good. Sometimes I don't hear about y'all shit until years later. All right? And by that time, I'm probably, vouching for you. I see. They ain't even do that shit. Like, I just remembered OJ died. And then they said, somebody else, admitted to his murder. His own family was turning him in. And the police dismissed that part of the evidence. Because they wanted to focus on a black man married to a white woman. Nicole Brown. Brown is one of the names that ruined history. I'm not saying if you have the last name Brown right now, but it tells you something. That you ruined history, or you're gonna ruin history, or you're playing. No, God is redeeming us. See, we catching them right in the middle of their shit. They already named you. No going back after that. All these codes they think they had, we weaving right through the other part. We double sewing double stitching that shit. Someone could be a person who sews, has a sewing machine, or wants to, aspires to, or something like that. Lost the sewing machine. All that shit. But yeah. That was a handful, huh? I think I should leave it here. Some more people will watch, huh? I should leave it here and just come back. All right. And do something else. Because I had something else in mind, but they told me to get this out. But think about that. Think about how people who are close to this man are willing to tell on him. You see how a lot of that stuff was going to happen anyway? This is how these families be working, operating. Whether they were trying to do the right thing or not, but I'm saying, like, these families move. They move. They not just a fucking picture on the wall. That's probably another indicator. These old bitches still around taking pictures. Yeah, all these old bitches don't deserve respect. Unless they talk about that shit Aretha was talking about for real. In that urethra. Y'all got the right one. Y'all kept messing with the right one. I don't like to go there, but I'm willing. And all God needs is your willing, okay? I'm willing to quill, all right? I'm willing to quill, all right? And don't let you marry someone they wouldn't have preferred you to marry. Whether this person would make you be in an interracial relationship, you probably was the first sacrifice after that. And then they mothers will sacrifice their ass. And then they helping their mothers take their child from their own mothers. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that fucked up? But these baby mothers or wives don't deserve their children. She don't deserve your ass. You couldn't tell some of these motherfuckers that. And now their children gonna be suffering. Because you gonna get caught right in the middle of this shit. Somebody, I heard gun and badge. Gun and badge. Gun and motherfucking badge. Someone's name could be CC. Have 2 C's in their name. Christine, Christina. Whew. So fucked up. And then another indicator is if they move outside of the state or like they move, they make this big ass move. Trust and believe that mother is doing something. Mainly the mother. And you know how like on the movie Friday After Next, what was her name? D. I think her name was D. Craig's mother on there. She busted in the landlord's door. And she was trying to, and the landlord was trying to seduce the woman's husband. D's husband. Miss Pearlie. Ain't such a nice pearl, is it? Some of these bitches have too much, what's it called? Testosterone in them. Plucking hairs. Get that shit lined up first, bitch, before you pluck a motherfucking another kid. Get that in control. Your hormones are misbalanced. You think masculinity takes over the world so much that you know you're not included in that. And it's seeping through your pores because you can't even contain it. So that shit, like, okay, you don't want to reject this, all right? I'm gonna make you ugly, unless you got a condition. I'm not talking about you, but even some of them motherfuckers with the condition, it's a condition that manifested a little bit earlier than you, and God was like, all right, I like the way that goes. I like how that goes. So since they think they got a condition, a name for this shit, I'm gonna start doing it in this type of way. At the end of the day, God is still in control. But yeah, so hope that made sense. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I don't even need to give you oh yeah, maybe I need to give you some cards and like give y'all confirmations of this, huh? Yeah. A pope, a priest, a reverend, a pastor, Quandala, or something like that. Dollars. Rich homie Quan, okay, rich homie Quan, that rich homie, a homie, Shango. And he's about judgment and thunder. Ooh, somebody got some horrible judging. Bryant, Cody, Corey, Brianne, Gianna, Brianna, Brian, with the I too. Flower. Or somebody took someone's stuff early as well. Stephanie, Tiffany. Somebody having an epiphany. Judson, a judge could also be significant. Sheila, Shield, she too, something with sheed in it. Stefan, Stevie, politician. Nana, look, this matriarch. Nana, the first family member to come out is Nana. That not. Fuck that hoe, she a not. You ain't the one for me, bitch. You ain't got shit I need, bitch. You want me to take my time with you? Maybe I'm not your speed, bitch. Maybe I'm out your league, bitch. You ain't even got no cheese, bitch. Maybe I'm just too G for you. Maybe I'm just too straight, bitch. I could be a woman. I could be a classy motherfucker. But turn the fuck up when it comes to my motherfucking kids. My motherhood. Being a mother bear. And in Nana, she was set up by her sister, another family member. So his name could start with an E, I, E-I-O, any vowel. Savannah, Havana, Sahara. Places, streets, names. Discernment, off. Don't hear God at all. Claim to hear God, pray to God every day. All you doing is talking to God. You ain't listening. You ain't waiting to hear what God has to say. I know you ain't heard what God has to say. I know you did it. God slap her if she lying. Slap the fuck out of her. Make one of her motherfucking sons do that shit. Y'all be all scared of what it say in the Bible. Parents don't hit your children or whatever. Or it's a commandment? Nah. Like I said, we catching their ass right in the crime. It's a commandment for them to do a whole bunch of other shit too. But I was talking about Friday After Next, and when she busted in that door, D busted in that door, Miss Hurley was trying to pull her husband out, and she fucking went ham on that bitch. And all she could yell is, I'm going to get my son Davian on you. Only her son. And she had a son. Look at that. But he was in jail. Turned gay. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them motherfucking sons gay, and that's why they doing that shit. They want to be free, but they also don't want to be separated from them kids. Tell the truth. Nas, a rapper, a male rapper, Eduardo, Williams, Harris, Thompson. I'm unique, Monique, sound. In reverse. Somebody not trying to say shit. Rayshawn, Dayshawn, Raisha, Daisha, Renee, Emma. I'm also hearing FEMA, you know. So somebody could have been affected by the hurricane. Another indicator, another confirmation, natural disaster. They think it's a natural disaster. But I'm going to make them lose all this shit they think they built on whoever's back. Some of them fucking killed wives and collected insurance money. All that shit. And living lavish lifestyles to continue the lineage if they got more kids. They work even harder when the last kid already had a kid. Or they don't. They'll be comfortable. Maybe they'll let that kid grow to an adult. Before they press for the next one if it didn't happen already. That shit ain't happening no more. That shit ain't happening no more. Y'all not open up that plan book no more. That plan is retired. It's a retired plan. So someone's on retired. Some of the granny will be. Louisiana, so from FEMA or, you know, Hurricane Katrina, Lakum, Assalamu alaikum. They could be Islamic. They could also just not eat pork, or they have dietary restrictions and shit. Blue, bro, yeah, a bro came out, and I said sister. And before Nana came out, I said it's the grandmother mostly, the mother of the adult child. They not no fucking grown mama doing this shit. We got enough motherfuckers we have to shield our kids from. We shouldn't have to shield them from the motherfuckers in our family. Their family, or who these children were born into. Y'all want to sell something? Sell this. Gretchen, Graham, Instagram could be significant as well. Pocahontas, somebody fucking and sucking in the dick for Instagram. Get your card up. Ooh, yeah, that way. My cookie under the that. Yeah, that way. My cookie butter on the ashtray. Ooh, that way. That's bad and bougie. But before that, I was singing Kodak Black too. With Extension, who could be one of your angels. Roll in peace. All right. Woo. Kayala, koala bear. That's giving me mommy bear energy, and they're like family oriented bears. They're about nurturing and hugs and stuff like that. Ooh, woo. Mm-hmm. Luke, Loco. Someone also was trying to claim insanity. Kid, look at this. They own kids doing it. And like I was saying, the mother was doing this stuff to the fucking son, and he don't even know. And he helping the mother go against the fucking family he's supposed to be building. God assigned him to build, whether they buried or not. You believe God wants you with them? We're gonna go off that assumption. Since you here, while we have you here. Henderson. Ooh, Anderson. Jefferson. The sons are coming out, especially if you got a son, or especially if there's a son. Xanax, they could also take Xanax or something like that. They could also over medicate their children and stuff like that. Abuse the use of cough syrup and shit like that. Gregory Gotti or something like that. Gotti, Yo Gotti. 5-star chick. That's a 5-star chick. Your score high and your nails stay fly and your juice box wet and your head some right. You a 5-star bitch. You a 5-star bitch. You a 5-star bitch. You a 5-star bitch. I want a 5-star bitch. You need a 5-star bitch. Yeah, 5-star bitch. Have a 5-star bitch. Help yourself, okay? To a 5-star bitch, all right? Because I'm a 5-star bitch and I ain't that other bitch. She be struggling for hers from the womb. I've been rich. I ain't got to talk about the money and the shoot game. All you got to do is Google me. You see the poof game? Ain't none of these broads or hoes doing shows in the recession. They cars get declined. Now they suffering the depression, okay? Now I'm signing all kind of deals, spending all kind of meals. I'm a 5-star bitch eating 5-star meals. My whole lifestyle is like coming to America. Ooh, my Louis luggage. See my bag? How I carry her? Now I'm walking in the airport like I'm in a parade. On my hologram posting, logging on the E-Trade. Yeah, that's a 5-star bitch. That's a 5-star bitch. Yes. I just had an epiphany. I need to go to Tiffany's. Bendies on my slippers and my cookies always slippery. I don't need help. I pay the bills on time. But I be yelling fucking with a dildo's fine. 5, little mama, you a 3-star. I ain't sleeping when I say I'm in my dream car. Ooh, did I stutter? Harajuku hyphen. Barbie, I'm hot. I think it's time to put the rice in. I was in a chair. I was gluing my weaving. When you hit the stage, they was booing and weaving. No money, red flags, no more auditions. Ass lit away, who the 5-star bitches? 5-star chick. Gucci man, Yo Gotti. I got that song immediately. And then I start getting a Yo Gotti verse. It's your boy Yo Gotti. I do grade A shit. I'm the realest nigga walking. Yeah, this the remix. The cars and the clothes and the jewelry don't just excite her. But all the hating ass hoes in the club wanna fight her. She was born in the A, went to school in D.C., got a job in Dallas, Texas, and then moved to Tennessee. Somebody doing fake Gucci, fake Louis, that'll make you basic. That ain't a 5-star chick. Not a 5-star chick. That ain't a 5-star chick. We don't want that. I didn't know I knew that much of that song. But yeah, 5-star chick. And it's Gucci Man as well in that song with Trina and Nicki Minaj. Yeah, so Pony in reverse. Someone was not being genuine. You saw it through the fakeness, the mask that we were talking about earlier. Tax, they could also work in tax or something about tax season, as it is coming up as I'm recording this, but you don't have to be watching it during that time. O'Neal, like Shaquille O'Neal, but also the O'Neal with the I. The eyes keep coming out. It's like I. And then we got interrogator. I. Somebody gonna stutter. Bo. I thought that said bro again. Bo. Bold ass. All right. Serafina. Josephina. Joseph. These names and initials are very important. Okay. Nerly. Furley. Finley. Bentley. John. I was getting John with the sons earlier. So Johnson could be significant. Benson. Benjamin. All about the Benjamins, baby. It was nothing but about the money. All right. John. Also, John from the Bible could be one of your angels. He was so loved by Jesus. Okay. And John was in reverse. Okay. So John could be mad, or John, somebody acting like they love John and they don't. Okay. Or John like, you don't love me. You don't love me. All right. Arlington. Ling, Lexington 2, Rio Grande, River 2, Chiron, Chiron, Chevron, Chevy, these cars. Treat me like a Chevy, let me show you more. You can let my top back anytime you want. Baby, come and shine it, hit the gas slow, crank up that ignition, take him for a roll. Cherish, a group of sisters. Damn. So, if this is also ringing true, or this could also be another avenue you could look at it from. So, like how I was saying earlier, indicator is if the dad's side, they have a bunch of brother siblings, or male siblings even, but they could have a bunch of male siblings. But since Cherish came out, it was giving me another perspective or another alternative you can look for to indicate if this is a situation you're dealing with, or somebody's trying to fucking play in your face with. Okay, because at this point y'all just playing in my motherfucking face. They handed y'all the controller and y'all just pushing all types of buttons. I don't know what to do. Somebody else turn. Somebody else get it. I ain't no PS4, so don't play with me. Or 5 or whatever. I ain't none of that. Xbox nothing. All right? And my box is not for you to even look at or think about. All right? Stop worrying about people's boxes. Lynn, Lin. Quill. I told y'all, I'm willing to quill. All right? I'm willing to quill. Thank you for this confirmation, God. I don't care if nobody fucking believes it. Ryan, too. Rion. Lion. Leo. Oh, wow. We got Leo. Brooklyn. Ernie. Ernest. Brooklyn. Brooke, I was trying to say, too. But the Lynn keep coming out now with the Y. Grace. Gracelyn. Gracie. Joycelyn. Joyce. Joy. Niche. Nichelle. Nicole. Nichols, I heard too. Damien, Dalmatian, I'm getting. Christmas. Something about Christmas too. Cosmo, the Cosmos. Y'all gonna make them come down here if they ain't already down here. They don't even like to come down here. They don't like to deal with our toxicity and this shit, because look what they do. They see us. They see us. And then when we finally see them, they already witnessed so much. So many things have already happened for them to have to come. And I was saying earlier, because they're going to start getting caught in the middle of the crime, because you've already, or in the middle of the plan. You're going to be a criminal in the middle of the plan because things have already transpired. Even though you didn't get to the point where you got to clean up after yourself. Glorietta in reverse. Yeah, somebody didn't want somebody to shine. Gloria. Luna. Soul, yeah. And the moon represents soul energy. Okay. And the moon, has been around the longest. It was all good with the moon. The moon allowed it to be light. All right. It was like, oh, I like how that look. But I don't want to be out like all the time. So can we do something? Can we share? Just kidding. Journey in reverse. Issa, Lisa. Masago, Mace, Go. They got Go in there, nigger. Okay, someone could have been racist. Sage, savage, or look at them as a savage, as a homeless person as well. That's what they do to mothers. How you care to claim so much about the child and you fucking over their mother? They did the same thing with my mother. So yeah, I was saying that it could be a whole bunch of girls in the family. And then so this is what's been happening in your family. So you're not, like, your people probably not doing it, but you've been the victim. You've been that, I call those type of families like good breed. You're from a good breed, okay? You could probably have a lot of dogs or had a lot of dogs in your family growing up and stuff like that. Nose, like Beyonce, colonel, cornell, or some colonel, military, person, a twin. Oh, so they didn't just stop at the child. A twin brother is significant, but they didn't stop at the child. Like they were doing all types of shit to they aunties, they uncles and shit. Tasks, yeah, they went crazy, or somebody went crazy. They're saying like somebody lost their marbles or something like that. Frazier. This is also giving me fragile. They saw somebody was vulnerable. Some of you guys probably don't even come from a big family or something like that, and they thought you was gonna do their part on their terms. Fuck that. Annette, Anna, Rayshawn. Or did I say Dayshawn earlier? And we also call Ray sometimes. So someone's name could also be Ray. Sean, SHWN. But ON as well. I'm kidding. Uranus, Aquarius could be significant. Wendell, Wendy, Della, or something like that. Bella. The Kimbe. The Dick. That Dick was sticking out to me. Smoke in reverse. This also giving me someone caught on to certain habits. Theo, Ditto, Ditto. Yeah. I be yelling, working with Leno, Jay Leno. So there could be Jay. Emmett Till. Could be one of your angels. Tillman. Or someone's gonna tell, man. Reject. Blackfoot, okay. One of the original Native American tribes. And this same card came out yesterday for Thanksgiving. Okay, so we got our Native American ancestors. They took a lot of people a lot of kids from the reservations. Them are the gold mines. And this also gives me some information where like they'll take these kids that belong to the reservations, but the mother especially, since they're trying to attack the mother, doesn't know that this kid is in this reservation. So when they take this kid, they're collecting the fucking benefits that the mother never knew the kid could even be possibly qualified for. Or they're trying to do shit like that, set shit like that up. Oh, hell. It says Shelly with a Y. And I saw hell before I saw Shelly. Hell. They going to hell. Tail, we on your ass. Talia, okay. Ra'agul, that character could be significant. Sunny, Gwendolyn, Whitley. You could call me Whitley. I go to hell, man. Listen, I'm the baddest in the school, the baddest in the game. Excuse me, honey, but nobody's in my lane. When you was in New York, you was fucking a Yankee. I was fucking a bass. I was pitching a Frankie. This bitch is so cranky. Give him a hanky. My mommy, I'm cold. Give me my blankie. Flyer than a kite. I get higher than Rapunzel. Keep a Snow White. I can buy it by the bundle. Drop your cookies up before they crumble. I be acting like a carnivals and go fumble. I'm a stealer, fresh up out the dealer. All the dope boys gon' feel her. Flow so sick, I need a healer. Focus my back concealer. I be all down. Wait. And I think, and I get there. Plus I get more head than a big tail. I think I would have a rat bitch for my entree. Let me sign your shoe. And I keep a bad bitch. Let me sign your boobs. I'm the only thing popping like a kangaroo. I mean, the only thing hopping like a can of brew. Listen, you should fucking 16 because I ride it good. The 808 woof because I ride it good. Bitches can't find a man because I ride it good. I'm the wolf. Ever thought of the Red Riding Hood? If you see the bitty piggy in the market, get that bitch a quarter in a car, tell her pocket. I don't fuck with pigs like assalamu alaikum. I put them in the field and I let Oscar Mayer bake them. If you see a itty bitty piggy in the market, get that bitch a quarter in a car, tell her pocket. I don't fuck with pigs like assalamu alaikum. I put them in the oven and I let Oscar Mayer bake them, bitches. It's like I just single-handedly annihilated every rap bitch in the building. Like I'm Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Ninja, Nicki the Boss, Nicki the Heretical Barbie. Like, I don't even know why you girls bother at this point. Like, give it up. It's me. I win and you lose. Ha 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 ha. Oh shit. Yo. I'm a bad bitch. 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 I told you. I told you before. You gonna have to pick my fruit out. Now listen. In addition to picking my fruit out, I need y'all to hit up the boutiques. Give me some crazy shit. Like, I want some like crazy shit. Leopard skin, lizard skin. Get some crazy shit. Like, you could be my personal shopper. Nicki Minaj again. Okay, a Sagittarius woman could be imported. Okay. Sunny with the O, okay, but sunny with the U could be as well. It's always sunny in Philadelphia, Harvard. Where is that again? Boston, right? Yeah, Whitley. Oh yeah, call me Whitley. Whitney came out. Whitney Houston could be one of your angels told free, okay? Or this person didn't want to let somebody go, okay? And they also could be selling these mothers into, sex trafficking rings and shit like that, collecting on them that way. Frankie, they go missing and shit. It's the family. Go to that fucking family. Go to the motherfucking dad family. Find out. Also, if there's one person in the family, just at least one of them, it'd be multiple of them in that motherfucker, because God be showing the karma and people just ignore it. They just think it's a coincidence, and it's because it's not them. They don't give a fuck. But if it's a man in the family that's always in jail, always running in and out of jail, it'd be for the pettiest shit, or maybe it don't. I don't know, but or it'd be for shit where you like, how did that person know? Like it's giving me that like only person know I keep this here, or keep this here, or do this like this, or go this place, or do that. Like, how did this person know? And all of a sudden the police showing up, or being able to catch you doing something or not doing something, just knowing where you are. Like I was talking about the man who really killed Nicole Brown, a serial killer, and it was all like he had history that he was a serial killer, but it just seems better since we're here already to continue to accuse OJ. He was acquitted on that. And then they turn around and have him back in court for stealing his own shit, taking his own shit. Sit that OJ. God free, okay? The God is here. Hey, God. Okay, hey, God. Oh. Hey, God. Oh. Hey, God. Oh. Hey, God. Oh. Don't hurt him now. Let me finish. Uh-oh. They got to hear all of this, okay? So you know what's to come. That's your last meal. This is your last meal. This is the last time I will be feeding your motherfucking ass. Figuratively or literally, because some of y'all don't even want to watch me after some of these messages. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Pluck yourself out of my garden, okay? You lucky I didn't kick your ass out yet, okay? Gotta just weeding your ass out for me to have to take out less trash. Let's just say that, all right? See, they ain't gonna get to the end of the party, all right? It ain't gonna even be shit to clean up. We catch you smooth, clean in the act. Ginger, another original energy. It started in this family. Anyway. And sometimes some of the names that ruin history, it was their servants. And think about today. Normally when people have housekeepers, what type of people they hire? Brown people. or colored people, honestly, but it be brown people. And those people also be having their own cleaning businesses or something like that too. Or some type of service business, nanny, all that shit. And especially if you a person who don't like speak the native tongue, English, per se, they was really trying to get one over on you. Okay, because then they was also trying to think you doing something because they doing something. Most of the time when somebody think you doing something that you know you ain't doing, it's because they doing it. So it's telling you something. It's informing your ass. Sorry, I don't mean to say it to you, but I'm so mad about that. Woodson, okay, Carnegie, Woodson, right? Carnegie though, that's my name. Maggie, Amit also deals with. Wow, and I saw hell earlier. All right, before I saw Shelly. Hell, so Shelly could be going straight to hell, or she went straight to hell. I was talking about Sonya Macy earlier. Her name started with S. And I said I saw her in hell. So I don't give a fuck what y'all try to say to me or how many attacks y'all try to say. Motherfuckers couldn't even stay on fucking topic when it came to me. They started attacking me as a person. Just because of what I said. No. And then they get mad at motherfuckers who know how to focus on the fucking situation at hand. You grabbing for straws at that point. See? Told you. You look silly at this point. Hi, I'm Quill. And you got me all the way fucked up. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Who the fuck you talking to? Oh, bitch, you choked up? You lucky I don't want to fight you. I'ma let God get you. I ain't breaking no nails, boo. Ever heard of Jesus? Yeah, that's a cool dude. He ain't always like that. Yeah, you better back, or get slapped, or slap, or slam down flat, or all the way fucked up. Sometimes I feel the same. Yeah, you know my name. Don't get boxed up and end up looking like a frame. All over some punk ass fame. Yeah, never be the same. Yeah, Jesus don't play about me, and he told me he'll never leave. So believe it or not. You don't wanna get shot. Because when you fuck with me and get a little shady, you might as well have fuck with a baby. All the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. Ooh, all the way fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. Don't let it be my baby or even my old lady. Jesus is that dude. He'll really act a fool. I ain't gonna tell you again, back before you hear clack clack. They ain't teach you about space. You must really want a case. You may catch one and get it. You may get one and bet it. But either way it goes, you ain't gonna live to tell it. Something's really wrong with you, but you really just don't get it. I could play a game or two, because when it's a bore, I quit it. Go ahead, just forget it. Like I said before, I give it to God, and I meant it. All the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. Ooh, all the way fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. You got me all the way. All the way. All the way fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. You got me all the way. All the way. All the way fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. All right. That song been trying to come out all throughout this reading. And I was like, let me just sing it. That's my song, All the Way Fucked Up, influenced by Andre 3000. And I was just singing an Outkast song earlier with God, all right? God is presenting the outcast, okay? Put that black sheep on their pedestal where they belong, okay? On God's neck. You are on God's neck. God is sniffing every part of you. God is touching every part of you. You are that one lamb God went back and left the crowd to go get. Now behold the lamb. Kurt Franklin and the family. Tamala Man. Tammy's man, or Tamala is a man. Amit, Markham, And admit, I was saying, she is at the end of your life, when you judge whether you want to believe this or not, when your heart is weighed, how heavy it was versus how light it was, and if it's too heavy, if it's heavier than a feather, it is given to Amit, who is a ravenous crocodile, lion, and hippo. All have ravenous teeth. A raven could be significant. That's so Raven. Simone. Raven Simone. But yeah. So she eats. They give it to this ravenous person, Amit, to eat. And some of y'all did so wrong. As soon as you pull up to this place to be judged, admit, like, can I get him now? You already know what the fuck is Scale about to say. Just like in the United States, you have a right to due process, right? They have a right to know. Just like when you're interviewing for a job, that you have a right to know why they want to hire you. You know, some people don't know that, some people do. I don't know. But something like that, someone could be interviewing for a job. But yeah, like, yeah, or going through a court case. Anyway, yeah, so she'd be like, I've been waiting to get in your ass. Like, I've been seeing all the shit you doing. I've been waiting to get your ass. Let me eat him now. Let me do it now, motherfucker. All right. Like, hold on. We gonna give it to you. You already know. A felon, see? Multiple felonies and stuff like that. Look, felon, Fallon, Cooper. Sometimes when I see Coop or Cop, Cooper, I think of Cop as well. Or even Copper. Someone could also have copper skin. Also, Copper is a conduit, all right? A conductor. Also getting a train or a bus driver. Or, you know, like, whatever that is. Like, a public, you give rides to the public. Something like that. So it could even be a school bus driver, a city bus driver. And earlier, didn't I say something about a pilot earlier? I don't know. But a pilot could be significant as well. Pebbles. Birch. A bitch. Okay. Birch tree. Someone could live on that street or something like that. Dick. Okay. Someone was being a dick. All right. Laughing. And they was laughing behind your back probably. Black Hoof, or someone saying like you're not a chief, because Black Hoof is well, if you're named like after the tribe, I want to say, like, it means like you're the chief, you're like the top as well. Sitting on top of the world. Brandy and Mace. Pyramid, Pyra, Kyra, Lyra. Okay, Lyra Star family could be up in here. Pyramids is another way to use conduction or something like that. It's giving me, you know, like how different things communicate with each other, you know, or, you know, the transfer of energy. Someone could be an electrician. So his name could be Trisha, Tristan, a Christian person. These main people in the church having a grandbaby. Oh, I got to take my grandbaby to church. I got to get my grandbaby baptized and all this type of shit. All right. Just so happy to do all that shit. Like, you didn't get a chance to already. So much that you got to rob somebody else of that opportunity? Damn. Like, nobody else could experience it? Like, they be having all these kids. Yeah, I've done this for 15 years. I've done this for 30 years, 40 years, and all this type of shit. Having all this type of shit. It's like, can anybody else get a turn? Can you be the now leader? Can you be the leader of that and not try to take over, though? Someone also could be using their Mary last name and they ain't married no more. Someone also could be in the middle of something. Like I said, they're going to get caught. Heather, feather. That can mean messages. Message. That movie, Don't Be a Menace. Okay, yeah. Menace to Society. That movie, you done fucked up, right? Too, as well. It's based off that story. It's satire. Yeah, y'all looking silly now. People making fun of you, or you will look silly, all right? You will regret this. Davon, or someone lost their savings. Someone also could be a gambler. Jay, yeah, the J came out. Ogun, And he's upright. So somebody's friend, he likes somebody. I call you friend. Okay, that's my friend. Hey, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. You better fuck it up. Fuck it up. Yeah, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. Hey, you better fuck it up. Fuck it up. I don't know who sing that. I forgot. Chris. But Ogun, I look at his name as me. Like, do you want me to be your goon? Like your ally, your friend? Or do you want me to be a gunner against you, all right? An enemy? Or you want me to go get the gun? But also he could tell his friend, do you want me to go get the gun? Does this situation require for the gun? Do I need to go get the heat? Do I need to go get the Nina? Okay? Heat wave, always and forever, that song. He in reverse. He is not a he, or somebody's not being a man. Adjourn as well. Court adjourn, that was giving me that. Alicia, Africa, I thought that said Africa. Colombia, yeah. Cousin, or cousin from Africa could be significant. Shaft, or somebody was fucking their cousin, all right? On the low, or their cousin is on the down low. Douglas, okay? Frederick, Derek be sticking out there. Mommy in reverse. I also thought they said Miami, okay? But it's spelled like Miami without the I after the M, all right? Mommy and Poppy, Hispanic person. Or you could call your mommy and Poppy that. I'm confirming for you. All right, I'm confirming for you. In case you thought you was tripping. A sis, okay? Sis, and then bro and sis came out upright. Because they smiling in your face. But they backstabbers. Smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Backstabbers. Pootie, okay? Pootie Tang. Somebody gonna whip somebody's ass. Didn't I say that earlier? Message. Or they got somebody gonna get death threats and shit like that, because somebody got probably a whole beehive. Somebody ready to go after somebody on the internet. Your suite is ready. Lassiter, I thought that said babysitter. Ruse, gone rogue. I was getting that as well. I did a reading about that in the past. A rogue bitch, this rogue bitch, and this trash. And I was talking about this trash truck, okay? And I need to go add that. Because every time you see a trash truck, it's a road bitch at fucking play right now. Doing a plan. Keep your eyes peeled. Because motherfuckers' lips are sealed. But you ain't going to be able to seal this one. You're going to wish your mouth couldn't talk. Corey. Corey. Ruth, okay? Ruth, upright. She about to find her Boaz. Barack, okay? All right. Oh, the presidential energy, power couple energy type of stuff. Barack, the rack is also sitting out to me. Someone could also shop at Nordstrom's rack, okay? Corn in reverse. Yeah, they losing a lot of harvest, or they losing abundance. Like in chunks, someone also could be losing chunks of their hair, or they lost chunks of their hair, like, and not just detangling that shit. Rad, okay, Rod was sticking out to me here. Whatever, hi, Rod. Shawty, you a 10, yeah, a 10. Shawty, you a 10, yeah, a 10. Shawty, you the shit, no bird shit. The dream, okay, that dream is coming true. Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. Oh, 'cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. Me, okay? Me, or they trying to say me, okay? I know my name came out, okay? You ain't gotta keep telling me, okay? And I started off saying it hits home, and I think, that's why I bring it up, or I can relate and stuff like that, because it hits home, and they just confirmed it to you. I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. LA, okay, la as well. La 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 la. Christmas is significant. Dee, and we mentioned D off of, and I normally, when I talk about that scene, because that scene came up a lot in my readings too, but like randomly, but I never like say, I just say Craig's mom, or if I end up even mentioning her, I just kind of mention how, like, they're going to do y'all how they did Miss Pearly off of Friday After Next or something like that. So the specifics are Significant, so someone wants to tell you the whole truth, or someone could be being sworn in. Tell the truth, nothing but the truth, whole truth, stuff like that. Rosalind. Didn't I say Jocelyn her earlier? There we go. Jeffrey. Oh, they gonna probably treat somebody like Joffrey, or they were trying to. Attacks on the mouth could be significant. Sade, shade. Yeah, throwing shade. Talking about children's mouths. I saw Johnson pass by. Oh, there you go. Johnson. I've got Johnson from John as well. So even it's like you ain't even got to know, like you ain't even got to find out more as well, or somebody's trying to say you ain't even got to explain it or something like that. Or somebody's like, please let me explain. Let me explain. Treasure in reverse. I know you treasure your motherfucking child. I know you do. Okay. So some of y'all women are still around to live to tell it. Okay. But do it before you ain't. All right? Because they're going to make it look like, and they're going to delete you. You're going to disappear. Like, nobody going to bring up, like, what happened to such and such? Or they would just bring up, like, oh, where's their mother? Where's their father? Well, most likely their mother. Where's their mother? Oh, she deceased. She passed. Oh, what happened? That's so sad and stuff like that. All this type of shit. O'Shea. That's Ice Cube real name. And he's in that movie, Friday After Next, see? And he yelled after, he was like, go get that lined up first too, bitch. And I was saying something like that when I was mentioning it earlier. It's like, he yelled that, So even someone's mother, like could be, like the grandmother could be wanting to, like needing to be encouraged because maybe they're of a good breed. And then they're going against a bully or someone who thinks they're better than them and trying to take their husband or something like that as well. Wow. Issa. Okay. Again, reverse. So a Capricorn woman could be significant. Taiwan. Tawoine. But the place as well could be significant. Mima. Yes, these Xanders keep coming out. The mother hasn't come out yet. Because it don't get to be the mother. It don't get to be the mother who doing this shit. Okay? They don't live to see their kids grow up and be adults. Or be at childbearing age. Gamma? Yeah, Gamma. Grambling? Yeah. Gamma is something too. Gamma. Is that like a sorority? See these groups? Look at that. Chin. I'm going to bruise your chin. All right? Somebody's chin going to be bruised. But someone could also be Asian. Sunday. Like ice cream. But someone you got ice cream with is significant. Dates as well. Jody. Brody as well. Migo. In reverse. They're friends like that and shit. Some of y'all friends been sleeping with y'all fucking elders. Not even y'all mothers, y'all elders. Boaz. But the snake as well. There's a snake in the grass. As well as like and I think it's like one of the biggest snakes as well. MVP in reverse. Or, like even someone's mother is fucking on their own son. Or something about their son's private parts. Pedro, Pueblo, Pablo, Petey Pablo, Mila, something else. Yeah. Most valuable player. So that was getting me also like retired, how like they retire a jersey or even retire something that's been going on for a long time. Roz, like from the show Friends, or, like both of your friends are like, they made like both of your friends disappear from you. Me. Yeah. In reverse. Judge, and the judge officially comes out in reverse. A crooked judge could be significant. Romeo, Roman, Ramon, Salvador, Adore, Serena, Selena, Resilient, Jay came out officially. Yeah, Christoph, Terupathy, Telepathy, Dion. And someone could also be from Chicago. Ora, O-R-A. Oba, who is the intelligent housewife. Ngozi. So it's just like these people didn't get to do that. Like I'm getting, like, they didn't officially come out, but I was getting them. It's like they didn't get to officially do that, so they're screaming. So yeah, a lot of y'all ancestors went through this. De La Cruz, all right? And this is also giving me like every day, something about something happening every day. Lung as well. They could also be trying to attack people. Those chakra as well, or they claim someone because someone smoked cigarettes. That's why they died and shit like that. Peterson. Didn't I say PD? Oh, PD Pablo. Peter was also Jesus' homeboy as well. Drea. Okay, Andrea as well. Insanity. Someone also could have done something really bad, like murder or something like that, and trying to claim temporary insanity. D. Ray, a stand-up comedian. Katie. I was getting Cat Williams as well. Katy, like Katy Perry. Justice in reverse. Yeah, injustice. It was a justice. Ghost. Oh wow, your ancestors who are ghosts, or Casper. It says Casper. Someone's name could be Casper or Jasper or something like that. But or a Jasper Crystal, a crystal child, or someone's name could be Crystal. Like a ghost coming in, and then it says news trying to come up too. Like this is new stuff to you. You know, someone's having a hard time believing it. Oh well. Just take your time then. Don't attack me. You don't want this smoke, for real. Like, just get attacked on your own volition or against someone else. Don't get attacked for me, all right? I'm suggesting it. Lawyer. Mentioned a lawyer earlier. Colin. Colliny or something like that. Colody or something like that. Cody. Sherrod. Rhodey. Harold. Rod. Sha. They could have Sha in their name. SHA. Mr. Okay. Remember earlier I was talking about, if someone introduced themselves to you and like they haven't earned this title, but they want you to call them that. It's something like that. Or even someone could claim someone's their husband or wife and they haven't officially been married and stuff like that. That tells you something too. Or even about the relationship, as an outsider looking in. It's like somebody's feeling a certain type of way that the other person isn't, or y'all both feeling the same way. Louise, okay. St. Louis could be significant as well. Merchant, I'm getting that, what's that, Moroccan? It's that brand of noodles, Top Ramen. I'm getting that, or someone's eating noodles. Mimi. And my stomach started growling when I said that, so somebody could be doing that. Submerge in reverse, so it's about to surface. Something about to surface. Timmy Turner. I always think about Turner when I see Timmy. But also the Fairly Odd Parents. You've been wishing for this, praying for this, request this, emotion as well. Emotional about things as well. Amelia Earhart. She was one of the first women pilots, if not the first. Can't remember. But Melia as well. Mila, okay, Oru Mila, who is Shango's wife, and he came out earlier, okay. The counterpart, see, and then the wife didn't come out. But the man did. Anubis. I mean, I look at his name as a new bitch, okay? Some of them, their mothers took people out because they wanted them to marry a certain bitch, all right? So one name could also start with M-E. That me keep coming out. Johnson. And then Andrea. Carter. Cartsman or something like that. What is his name on South Park? What's his name? I feel like it sounds like that. Cuba. What is that? It's a musical instrument someone could play. Cop. There we go again. I think about cop. Bands in the coop, busting out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I shoot. Bow, shake a little ass. Get a little bag, take it to the store. Get a little cash, shake it real fast. Get a little mo. I got bands in the coop. Busting out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I shoot. Bow. All right. Cardi B. Money. And she had, I just saw on the internet, she just had a baby, or she had a baby not too long ago as well. Congratulations. All right. Unless you're doing something to me. Please don't be doing nothing to me. Okay. Because I don't got no problem with you. You can see, right? Don't be doing nothing to me, please. All right. Please. All right. But yeah, Anubis also, his name means abundance as well. So these men could be rich or not rich, okay? Or they got rich off of this shit, okay? Especially if they practice something, I want to say Muslim or Islamic. It seems like something like that. Is that in Arabia or something like that? Like it's a particular genre of religion someone practices, and it's giving me like Middle Eastern things. They could also be a Buddhist as well. Buddha could be one of your angels. Kuan Yin, who is a female Buddha. Vivica, Monica, Jupiter, Sagittarius energy, even Pisces. I thought this said divine, like Loretta Divine, but it says Dion, Dionne. Celine Dion could be significant, or people could look like these people. Bojack Horseman. Someone also drinking it away as well, or someone could have an alcohol problem, been in rehab and stuff like that. Corbin, dwelling, or they live in on some type of campus as well. They could also be in a shelter. Ngozi, the lady that's on Beyonce's Flawless song. Wake up, flawless, okay? Insane. Now is upright. So somebody is definitely insane. Blue, or definitely been clinically diagnosed with depression, I'm hearing as well. Rashid. And I got Sheed earlier, just out of nowhere. Look at that. And then he finally comes out, and it's a man, okay? The rod sticking out. There is always a sound that precedes the move of God. Fantasia, someone could look like Fantasia as well. Patricia as well. CC. Didn't I say that earlier? CC's Pizza. Someone could also really like pizza. She as well. SHI. Child coming out. Okay. Jimmy. Selena. And I was singing one of her songs earlier. Dreaming of You. Aries woman. So she could be one of your angels as well. Yolanda. What was her last name? And I saw Selena's last name passing by earlier. Quintanilla. I only know it if I'm reading it, but I knew that was her last name. Quintanilla, I think that's how it is. But Yolanda, is it someone with S? Saltazar or something like that? Yeah, and we had like Salvador earlier, right? Yeah. Lucille, Lucy, okay. But Lucia, most of the time Hispanic people have that name as well. Leah, okay, Lia. Yeah, the parent keeps coming out. Yarn. Someone could crochet. I was talking about like sewing and crocheting earlier as well. We double stitching this shit. What is that for crocheting? It's like you go backwards on it. I don't know. Pebbles is giving me also Bam Bam, like Pebbles and Bam Bam from the Flintstones. Okay, someone's initials could be CQLTI or a T, okay, or never TT. All right, never TT, and her name means a beauty has come. All right, a beauty has come. Finally, temple, or my body is my temple as well, or they kind of ruined this person's innocence as well. Bajork, army of me. All right, army is coming in. All right, Joseph. Holy Trinity up in the house. Hi, Father Joseph. All right. Kiosha, Asha. All right. OSHA, what is that? It's like an employment thing. Safety, or someone could get a settlement. Is that what it is? Or like safety rules or standards. I can't remember what OSHA is, but I know it's like some dealing with that, or it's about like the human resources aspect of a company you could work for as well. But New York, I'm getting her song Army of Me. If you complain once more, with me done, Army of Me. And I look at Army of Me as like army of different facets of me. See, we could be classy and go the fuck off when we need to. But at least we warn you. At least we give you a chance. All right. And now you want them chances we already gave you. No. All right. Biggie, give me one more chance. No. Okay. Someone's name could be Big E as well. Big and the initial E, and or just the E as well. But Biggie Smalls with Faith Evans, one more chance. And then I also look at Army of Me as like the army that supports me, God's army, There's an army rising up. And then that's also could be Joe Jackson as well. So Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson could be one of your angels. How you feel about them, bro? Tito. And then it say bro, and that's a Jackson brother, Dickerson. Yeah, see, look, those sons coming out. Dickie as well, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Nana Baruco, okay? But loco. She going loco. I wrote it with the R, but when it's with the L, when it appears as an L, that means she's went loco. And I'm seeing that. Jim. Didn't I say Jimmy or something like that? Jimmy Johns or something like that. Jim Johns. Papa Johns as well. Jimmy John. or something like that. Rosa Parks, Rose. Can I call you Rose? Truth is the truth. I think I'm gonna end it there. Timer, Latimer, the time sticking out there is time for truth, all right, or it's true time. Obatala, and I was saying Oba, Oba earlier, and she didn't come out. But Obatala is like the male version of Oba. You know, this house husband. He could also be a stay-at-home dad, but he's the top. Like, he's at the top. He's initiatory. All white could be significant. You know, all white clothes, people wearing all white, or just majority of white is significant. Initiation, purity, and Orisha energy keeps coming out, and their energy as a total is kill. All right, killing energy. Their solution to everything is to kill. Or the ultimate result will be, you will be killed. I don't mind killing you. Tala was sticking out there too. Tina, wow, that's probably why. Tina Turner could be one of your angels, or Tina Marie. Someone's name could be Marie as well. And then Turner, I said earlier. Trayvon, wow. And I mentioned Trayvon Martin earlier. So Martin Lawrence could be significant as well. Keenan, or Keen Sense. Okay, Yoshi, Yasha, Yonash was a dick. Uran, or someone's running, all right, as well. Or they were trying to prove to people they ain't scared of you and shit like that. Dog, but I'm a dog. But it's in reverse. And it could spell God. See, I knew God was here. I knew you was here. Okay. Hey, God. Oh. Hey, God. Oh. Hey, God. Oh. Hey, God. Oh, I think you got it. Oh, you think you got it. I think you could have it now. You can have it now. You could go on about your business. I mean, do what you want now, God. All right. I told you to wait. Now I think you should go. All right. And I was also singing Tasha Combs, Break Every Chain. Sean, SHWN. Yeah, that Sean keeps coming out. Shawnee. All right. Yeshua. Yeshua. Okay. Yeshua. Okay. The Holy Trinity up in the house. I feel you. All right. Jesus. Zachariah. Zacharias. Or something like that too. Cardi, see Cardi B. Rufus King. Okay, Ruf is King. Gigi. Oh, see, all the nanas coming out. Dates. Okay, dates. Yeah, the nana was probably setting people up on dates and shit. Someone's name could be Prashan, Rissa. My mommy's name is Yarissa. Okay, and this a similar thing happened to my mother. I hate to think of it that way, but you know, like, my mom wasn't too keen on picking up how the woman in the foster home viewed me, you know. And as a younger child, I was kind of nonverbal. I didn't speak that much, you know, but once I started speaking, you know. But I didn't speak that much, and especially, you know, going through that trauma and stuff like that. So I couldn't really tell my mom, my mom in sentences, like, what this lady had been doing to me. But she could always seem to report the bad things that I've done to her. So it is similar to when you're gone, you know, like, they only report the bad things about you because you're not here to even defend yourself. So you could also have children like that, and you're going through these similar situations as well. And I actually do have a child like that as well. So, yeah. And then it'd be, you know, close family members think they so comfortable with you to, you know, point out things like that and stuff. And I remember, like, one day, I met up with a friend that I haven't seen in years. And she, like, anyway, sorry. But yeah, so I haven't met up in years. And so, actually, my son had met her or seen her before me, but he didn't, because he's young, he didn't know I knew this person. And I came up to her, I was like, "Is that you?" And she was like, "Who is that?" Because I looked different and she looked different as well. But, you know, and then I told her who I was, and She was like, oh yeah, then she was already, her kids was already playing with my son. And and she asked me how old my son was, and I told her a year younger, because everybody always judges my son. And I wasn't assuming she would judge him, but like, because I've been through so many of those experiences, or enough of those experiences, to just like, so you won't try to evaluate my son on a fucking type, a certain type of spectrum, or against certain milestones. When I tell him his age, your age, his age, and you know, um, you see how he's interacting. You know, for a long time, like, a lot of people didn't even know I had a child. A lot of people never seen my child, but they will hear that I have a child, or have heard that I have a child, and stuff like that. And I already sensed, before I even had my child, to even know what he's going to be, that, like, people would get that comfortable with me and just say things that will hurt me. So I always, when I had my son, I was always, enclosed motherfucker when it comes to disclosing him and showing him to certain people. So if I shared something with you, or if I shared his presence with you, you're special too. Like, even if I don't show you a picture of him, like, I mention him to you, like, you're special, because not everybody gets to know that about me, and not everybody gets to have that access to my son, because of some people as well, and they try to fuck it up for everybody, and this is the best way I can do it. But yeah, and then I mentioned that because, as soon as I had my son, knowing all this stuff, family around me, and as soon as I have him, they're talking about his breathing. And then they turn around and have a child and don't even send me no pictures, send me no videos, and nothing like that. And mind you, this same person was begging me to send them pictures and videos, because I didn't send them a lot. Because I'm not even like that. I'm not about, flooding somebody's phone or timelines with anything I have going on, especially with my child. So I've had those experiences. By the time I saw this friend again, I said, yeah, I told her the age. And then, so she asked me again, because she asked me again after my son was taken, what his age was. And I had to tell her the truth. Well, I told her the truth, but before I told her the truth, I told her, like, I had to tell her up front, I had to lie to you, because they be judging my baby, about how he talked. And she was like, he sound normal to me. And, like, so I'm like, I had to lie to her to protect myself. But, like, I only had to lie to her because I didn't want to be vulnerable, or, exposed to what other people have done to me. And she wasn't even going to do that, or she wasn't even thinking that. But you see how they fuck it up for everybody? They fuck it up for everybody. Like, even that truth. Like, what if they would have took me out before her learning this? Now she looks like, like, she don't know what she's talking about. Like I said, this happened right before they took my child. And she was willing to help me. She was willing to take my child in herself. And she just met my child, but she knew me for a long time. But she didn't know me everyday thing, because we haven't spoken, as well. And she's been here helping me. And during my case, they disregarded everything. They found something wrong with him being placed with her. Anything associated with me was not good enough. Anyway, yeah, Lynn. So I'm about to go. I didn't want this to be even this long, all right? I wanted it to be shorter than this. Right, but I'm glad it's not 3 hours. But yeah, so I hope this message blessed you and you enjoyed it. Okay, gave you the much needed confirmation or validation. Shout out to that one person, whether you're the same one person or you're a different one person that's been coming in and out. I appreciate y'all time today, however long y'all chose to stay. But I feel like one person has been here for a long time, and I've been seeing other numbers as well. But I wanted to acknowledge those who really support me, and I appreciate it. Show my appreciation. But yeah, so anything you want in this reading to come true, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. You get more insight and clarity on what you need to know and stuff like that. Sorry, something's some energy is pulling me back into a sadness. They want me to sit in a sadness, and I don't want to. I'm trying to run from it, but I feel myself trying to run from it. So I'm gonna sit here and acknowledge it. What I think, I think is trying to put me aside. I don't know. I don't even know what to share anymore. I really don't. Like, I really don't know what to share anymore. I really don't know. So I haven't, like I said earlier, this situation hits home, and yeah, I heard how the cards are coming out, at least, to try to refer back to me too, as much as I'm trying to push it away, but I do believe in God using me as a testimony. So that's why I listen to those type of feelings and stuff like that, because even though it hurts me, or or something I don't really want to deal with for the sake of me or benefit for me, I'm always open to deal with it for the benefit of others as well, but I don't want to stretch myself too thin. So sometimes I could do that, but I'm not doing it for any recognition at all. But I just know I have is a certain assignment or a duty or an urge. I don't know how to define it, but it seems so natural, and I'm glad I could sense it as well, because you never know when you're saving people's lives, like preventing people from certain things as well. So I try to listen. But yeah, and I think they're referring back to there was one time when I was going through these processes, I had requested unsupervised visits with my son in court. And I addressed the judge. I was addressing the judge, and I thought that it was so. I don't even know how to explain it and put words into it. So that's why I've been in this situation where I'm like dealing with how they treated me, and or processing how they treated me. Like I can't even focus on the results or problems and issues that are coming even with the results, okay, in my victory. I shouldn't have to work in my victory. Not meaning I don't want a job, I don't want to make money, and nothing like that. I should have to work for something I already won. And I'm not referring to my son as a something, but like I said, this battle I went through a battle, and I won that battle. I don't care how it looks to anybody else. I won that battle. That is a win for me. I had to define my win, because I was dealing with people who didn't want me to win, or if I did win, it wouldn't feel like a victory because they did anything they wanted to me. So let me go back to what I was trying to say. So when I requested it, I was speaking to the judge, and then the CPS team yells out and says, you gotta contact such and such for that. Haven't you contacted her? You spoke to her before, right? So you got to talk to her. Didn't even let the judge say yes or no to me having supervised visits. And then the judge, because they yelled out before, silencing me, right? Pushing me out the way, but it kind of addressing me and says, presents this solution. You got to contact a certain type of person. So you said I got to contact a certain type of person. So that means I have permission to contact this certain type of person and be granted that thing I'm asking the judge for. You're presenting this case to me. I mean, to the judge too. We're speaking directly to the judge. And then I don't know how to explain it, put into words how that made me feel, because not only that happened and the judge allowed it, I do this thing that they claim in court to do, and they don't return my call. They don't answer my call. They were screening my calls. And don't ask me how I know. And you don't have to believe that part. But I did call and leave a voicemail. And I think on one of the voicemails I was recording that I left this voicemail. So they won't say that they didn't get the voicemail. No return calls from this person they directed me to contact in order to see my son unsupervised. And I even tried to go higher to that person who was referring me to. I believe that's that person. That voice sounds similar to the person who's up higher than the super. They were directing me to contact the supervisor. And then so I had contacted the supervisor before. That's why the supervisor above her could point out to me that I contacted her before. Because I left also that supervisor a voicemail as well. And she has never contacted me back. But we're in court and I'm asking nicely, so much the judge is listening to me, but they snatched the floor from me. And then so this court date happens, and I even tried to contact my legal team and, and say, and follow up with that. Because I was like, well, since I can't get through to them, can you guys help me do that, and stuff like that? Well, I don't think the judge gave you, this is what my lawyer told me. I don't think the judge gave you, or was it her assistant first? I don't know. Somebody are automatically, despite this type of interaction that happened in front of everybody, was already telling me, I don't think the judge gave you anything. So I'm like, can we pull up the minutes? And then they pull up the minutes, never contact me back with the minutes. I had to call and follow up for that. And then they say, no, you didn't get unsupervised. It doesn't say in a minute you got unsupervised visits, but it says they could be placed with what we're going to address the next time. He could be placed with either his mother or his father, the mom or the dad. Go home with either his mom or his dad. At that time, during those minutes. But even in that, shows that there was no opposition to me being able to have unsupervised visits. Because like I said, this interaction happened amongst everybody. So why would you tell me to reach out to a certain person and get that set up if it was a no? It wasn't a no, but it was like the judge didn't see a problem with it. So that's why I said I don't even know how to feel about how they were even able to take that, and then I'm not even able to be like, okay, well, I'm going by what the judge said I can do. Despite what y'all trying to tell me now, like the judge said I could do this, but it don't seem like that. It didn't make it in the minutes for some reason. That part didn't make it in the minutes. Why? Anyway, so I think that's what they wanted me to address as well. And so after this particular court date, it was like in the middle of 2 to 3 weeks apart. So still didn't get no supervised visits or anything. So we show up at the next court date. as soon as I get on the call and introduce myself and stuff like that, they had already CPS again. So the judge opens up the floor for anybody. CPS jumps at the opportunity and say, we're gonna place the child with her with his dad. I wasn't given any opportunity to say anything else. Judge just immediately allowed that to happen. But during this the time I was just telling you guys about, the dad didn't show up. Where we received certified mail to our addresses, our home addresses. My information being on stuff dealing with him as well. And he didn't bother to show up. And the next time he show up, no one else, nothing about anybody else matters but what CPS says. So I had to recover from all that type of stuff. And even in the midst of that, still had to go to court because they did this. They was like, yeah, we're not going after him anymore, which it shouldn't even been after him. But they're using that as a distraction, as a whatever their motive is. Okay, I don't know, but it shouldn't have never been at that. If the problem was with me, right? If I got to prove myself, why do I have to, worry about anything else, or at least anything else in permanence? Anyway, so this happened, so even in the midst of that, just knowing that I have to go to court, and they like, yeah, we're gonna drop the case against him and then just focus on her. We're still going after her. But at the end of the day, you're dismissing anything I've presented to you guys. Because at this point, I've asked for unsupervised visits. They jump at the opportunity to tell me how to get those supervised visits. But then again, jump at the opportunity to find another way to separate me from my child. And they'd be like, yeah, and then we're still not done with her yet. And at this moment in time, I have already submitted proof, submitted things that show whatever they're trying to continue to pursue me for is not the case. Or I have rectified it in that moment so we won't continue to waste government's resources. But we have people so part of the team working this, and they just doing their job. They wigging it. They abusing their power, doing as much as they want to do. And not caring about the bottom line of wasting resources that could be used elsewhere for other people. They don't care. They need to get their plan done. They need to get to the end of the event and clean up. But how could a certified notice be sent? And when this happened, when he did not show up, the judge kept saying that. Well, he knew about this. We sent this notice out 21 days ago. And then they're trying to claim I don't have a place to stay, or I don't have, anything, stable as well. You certified mail, if you don't know, you got to sign for that shit. You got to be at the house. And it was one time I came and it came and I missed it. But I got it to be there at the court. I didn't make no excuses. But they're trying to claim I'm homeless. But that's proof right there. And the judge was there. He was swarming around that hive. Okay, well, and then even then, the first court date, I had this place to stay from this friend that I met before my son met again. And she's more like family, because I knew her in a family capacity. honestly. And she's older than me, has her own grandkids. And I presented this same thing as well. And the judge instructed me to contact CPS again and tell them about this address that you, or this home they said she could stay in, or he could stay in with you and stuff like that. They got to look into it and make sure you're not lying. And I'm at this court date and received this certified letter, and that shows right there I'm not lying. They called and talked to this person as well, put it in reports, but still found a way to not release him to me in this arrangement at this time. All of that. It's like, yeah, he didn't even show up. He didn't even, like, he got this stuff 21 days ago. We sent this 21 days ago. But I got to prove everything as well. But it's so convenient for them to say, I got to prove something. But it's not convenient for other people to have to prove anything. But when it comes to even them having to prove something, like, well, technically we're not going against them. Oh, now you want to define the line of where the battle is? Then why bring them? We have everything we needed here with his mother. Everything. They told me to get a drug test within 24 hours. I was there in 3. Told me to get a psych evaluation. 9 in the morning, I was there at 10. I've done everything they asked of me. And they ignored me. And that's why I only care about the results. None of this should have to matter in my life. But it does. I got to accept it, right? But yeah, so hopefully that was all that needs to be addressed. And like I said, I don't really like to share it. And I don't know what at this point, what I need to share. I don't know who watching me or not. Honestly, I don't care. But it's just like, because I don't care, I don't feel like exerting certain energy to certain things when it comes to that. Like, that's something you will want to forget. You're trying to live to forget that whole experience. You're trying to live to forget. I shouldn't have been treated like I was a criminal on trial. And then when I had to, admit this, in order for them to omit this, you gotta admit this. Admit all these lies. In order for them to remove another lie, you gotta admit all these lies, and we'll give you what you asking for. And all I cared about is what I'm asking for then. Because that's the only thing that I have control over at this time. Because now at this moment, my attorney, her assistant, has been talking to me crazy. And I get dealt with in the courtroom. Even when I introduced myself, or when my attorney was telling me to introduce myself, she would just sound so disgusted with me. Like I just did something so wrong that she has not shared with me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. And her last name is Perez. I was about to say, I don't know what ethnicity she is. But you could be married. You could be another ethnicity and be married to another ethnicity as well. And I was talking about interracial stuff earlier too. But, like, I don't even know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is. And it's so exhausting to even think about trying to wrap my head around it. So, yeah, because I feel like people are like maybe even missing my son too. I don't know, but thank you if that is the case. But they've been bringing it out, and like I said, I dealt with that, and I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like I like, and it's not like, and I don't like. It's not that I don't even want to talk about it. I don't mind even talking about it. It's just that I don't. I feel like me talking about it, it goes on deaf ears. Like I was treated in that whole case. Anything I've done or said or submitted to them as they requested, it went on deaf ears. It was almost like I should have done it or didn't have to do it. They used to dealing with those type of cases. So you omit that? Is that what it is? You omit the thing that's gonna make it anyway. But yeah, so I was dealing with that, and so before, like, so during that time, that's why I don't know if y'all noticed, like I didn't talk about him as much and stuff like that, because honestly I was feeling good energy, but more bad energy. Like people just didn't care, people didn't give a fuck. Like I shouldn't have been here, like even dealing with that long. But yes, so I am living it, and I'm a living witness of stuff like this happening with the dad's family. Okay? And whether he's aware of it or not. And I don't even care to get too much into that part. Because like I said, I'm more so focused on this, or focusing for healing on this, because I'm not trying to dwell on it. I don't even like to talk about it, in a way where it seems like I'm still like feeling emotional about it, but I know I have to heal from how I feel about it. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's almost like a shrug. It's like the whole thing is like a shrug. Like it's not that I don't care. It's like, what's the point? Yeah, that's the phrase. Like it's one of those things. Like I care so much that like I care about protecting how I feel, because nobody else is. And in the reports, like the man who took my child, the CPS worker who took my child, puts like, Quilla doesn't seem to think she done anything wrong in this whole situation and stuff like that. I think she's really smart, but she's having a hard time comprehending that she did something bad in this situation, which I really didn't. And y'all know I didn't. And the lie that they were willing to remove was that my baby and me were sleeping in the car. And that wasn't the case. I was on a video. And before that, I told y'all exactly what our situation was, which is why he let me go in the first place. But he took it up on himself to escalate it even further. Then he calls my friend that I was telling y'all about earlier and ask her, aren't you worried about her mental health issues? And he also said something else that was immediately snatched from me when I mentioned her. That wasn't the original thing. But anyway, yeah, but that stuck out. Yeah, so it's so I guess I forgot it. I thought it was snatched away from me. But yeah, so he calls her and tells her. So he's calling and confirming everything, but choosing not to accept the reality of the whole situation. Like, okay, you calling her, she's confirming to you, like, yeah, she's welcome to stay here. They went even far of asking, like, is she gonna request money and all this type of stuff for me? And I'm like, even if she does, I'm willing. Trust me. And she knew that. We discussed this. But even that. It's just like, it shouldn't matter. We see a child needs a place to stay. We're doing what we got to do. But the original CPS worker tells my friend, like, why didn't she call you when I was there? Like, I looked at her, she didn't pick up her phone not one time to call you as well. I'm going through how everything was happening that day. I'm more in shock than to be trying to call anybody. And I just had hooked up, like, I just linked up with her, and I didn't want to put that much on somebody I just linked up back up with, you know? I don't know, like, but and then who's to say, you know, like, I knew you were going to actually take my child. Like he was called out here for something that appeared to be nothing. I mean, something that appeared to be something, but it was actually nothing. He thought they said that I was sitting in the car with my child doing nothing. And he walks up while I'm recording a video, 20 minutes in recording a video. How are we doing nothing? And what is it? How wrong is that for us to not be doing nothing? But we were in a white neighborhood. So all of that has happened by the time this CPS worker showed up. And he showed up. We were there probably like 5 hours before he showed up. Or 3 hours, and then the total was like 5 hours. I'm focused on making sure that my child even, you know, doesn't get antsy and stuff like that. Because at this point, he was bouncing off walls. He had ice cream now. You know, like, I'm not in that type of panic unless you're telling me, like, okay, if you can't do this, you need to do this right now so that, you know, your son can stay with you. But you didn't tell me that. And then when you asked me, do I have a place to stay tonight? I told you I did, because that was the case. And, you know, like, me calling her wasn't gonna probably be for me to, like, move into her place that day. I had a place to stay. But y'all choosing not to hear what I'm saying. They put, like, oh yeah, when I asked her to, where did she stay? She said she parked in a park. We slept in a park that night. You can't sleep in a park out here. They close. And the police, they come and patrol these motherfuckers. Not saying it's right, but, you know, anyway. You can't sleep in a park out here. So it's just like, I told them everything they needed to know, and they just chose to document whatever they wanted. They chose to believe whatever they wanted, consider whatever they wanted in order to make a next move. And so I'm just like, I couldn't, no matter what I did, even if I called her and she said yes at that time, he would have found a way to be like, no, we still, like, because we created the report already. I already talked to my supervisor. She said, take the child. So it's weird how they did that to me. They had 2 different people calling her the same person to email. But my son didn't even stay into where they took him long enough for me to go visit him. I went to visit him the next day, and he was already done. He was already released. To someone else. And I was not notified. Didn't even know. They couldn't even tell me. Had to call this same CPS worker who was just trying to find ways to take my child. And he's Hispanic too. I did a reading in the past that said they poach you because they've been poached. Or some of these people have been threatened. Some of these people got homies who want to cross the border. But my child will not be used as ransom or nothing. So I'm going to sit in this as long as God wants me to. I'm not a heal, baby. I'm not a heal and lick my wounds. so I won't end up acting the way that you're trying to paint me out to be. And before I may not be here to tell it. And even in the midst of all this, I'm like, I tell him, I'm like, okay, well, this is the place I have to stay. Like, I told him that this is the place for us. We have our own room. He don't have his own room, but we have our own room. That's good enough for me, you know? And he's like, fine. He's like, yeah, well, we're going to keep this like this, how it is right now, and all this type of stuff. And then I say, well, I had to go through hoops and prove things. Why didn't anybody else have to go through hoops and prove things then? Or why did the dad not have to go through it? Well, he wasn't with you guys when your son was taken. But he is actually, I'm not trying to blame no one for my problems, but his impulsive decision has made me have to juggle this for this long. So no, I'm not blaming him, but he left us. He's like, I thought you left because of domestic violence. Again, why isn't that enough? I left because of domestic violence to protect my son. You found him with me. I'm running from domestic violence with my son. Not running from my son and because of domestic violence. I'm running with my son because of domestic violence, because not only was it domestic violence against me, it was also against my son as well. And I held that down for 1.5 years. But it shouldn't even have to happen that long. It shouldn't even have to happen in the first place. But for him to say, you left because of domestic violence, why do you want that around a child? Why are you trying to correct me of why I left? And I didn't even leave. I picked up the pieces as long as I could. In fact, we've been into shelters. Come on. But look, trying to use that against me, trying to look like I'm being reckless. That's why he don't think. I think that I did something wrong, which I shouldn't. I didn't do anything wrong. If anything, I cleaned up all the wrong. It's not in a perfect way, but I cleaned up wrong. That's why I hold on to that victory. Because he tore me down. As a woman, as the mother of a child, you were hired to protect. How are you protecting him from his protector? Or trying to find ways you don't even know me. And then they both, him and his police officer, saying like, oh, she slurred her words, or sometimes she don't say something right. Yeah, I was in the middle of a podcast where I have to kind of be coherent. It's hard for me to, but like I be trying to be coherent with my messages. And then a policeman shows up. I don't know if anybody caught it, but when he showed up, I was like, what do I do now? He pulled right in the back of my car, so I wouldn't even back up if I wanted to. He could have spoke to me outside of the car. If he just doing a wellness check. He asked for my ID and everything. Didn't have a problem giving him that. But now something wrong with me? Like I'm in the middle of something. Even when he comes up and said, oh, we got a call saying there's a woman and a child in their car not doing anything. I first responded to that and said, actually, I am doing something. I'm recording a podcast right now. Disregards that and says, what's the address? Where's the baby staying? And all this type of stuff. Or can I have your ID and stuff like that? Give me your address. Where are you staying at? And I'm like, actually, I'm recording right now. I don't want my information on the internet. Oh, well, yeah, close that up right now. See, disregarding anything I got going on, anything, but choosing to put lies on me. So now to everybody, including my lawyer, I look like whatever this is. Ask me how much alcohol you got in the car, because the last CPS worker said that I may be dealing with alcohol issues because I just had bought a bottle of Malibu the night before on a holiday. It was Labor Day, I think. Where I drank at night when my baby was asleep. She puts in a report. They had to pour out this whole bottle of alcohol because I asked, can I go put it in the car instead of throwing my whole bottle of alcohol away? And I don't normally drink like that. So I'm like, and then I was even hesitant to use that money on that. But I've caught it on sale. So that's why I didn't even really mind her throwing it away. But anything I could try to do to save it, I tried to ask for that. But that's not true. You act like I went to the sink and started licking the shit out the sink. Then you should suggest that I have problems with alcohol. I let you pour that shit out. Only thing I ask is, can I take it to the car? I should be able to ask about an alternative one time and not be accused of having alcoholic issues. So he's reading that for the second time. Someone called CPS on me. And they all call CPS on me out of spite. And they don't understand that when they call CPS, how it was resolved. The first time it was unsubstantiated. Yeah. Like no proof or nothing. Somebody was just saying some shit. And because technically all they did is take my child to a daycare. And they even let my child out before I can go get him from where they said he was that time with the same people. The second time they didn't have to remove. And this was the time I actually thanked someone for being on my side. That's why I saw that pattern. I was like, oh, third time's a charm. Because she was the first one. I was like, you know what? I feel an inkling and thank you for being on my side. Our side, actually. Because I'm like, they really be disregarding my child until it's something against me. How it could impact my child until it's something against me. Until it's something, including something that separated me from my child. So she tells them I may have issues with alcohol in the second time. So by this third time, it's in the report that I may have issues with alcohol. So this third agent asked me randomly before he takes my child, how much alcohol you got in your car? I'm like, I don't know, like shit, because we were moving around at the time. Like things were everywhere, but I'm like, I don't drink that much. You know, I was like, the last time I had something, it was a watered down beer. And when I thought about it, when I was able to reflect up on it, I'm like, I didn't even drink the watered down beer because it was watered down. I didn't want to drink it. I don't even drink beer. I'm not a beer person. So I really didn't want a watered down beer. So, but when he asked me that, I immediately just said 12 hours, not even being aware of the time it was. I didn't know we were out there that long until everything was over. And I was like, dang, it's been 5 hours. So when he said that, when I said 12 hours ago, I'm thinking like 12 hours ago was like, meaning we were like in 11 o'clock in the morning, you know, type of shit. You know, like when I do want to drink something, my child is always asleep. Trust me. I can't, I don't trust myself to want to do that when my child is awake. And sometimes I don't have a reason to. But I was stressed. I deserve something. And I'm grown. I'm not underage drinking. And then you're going to say, since I was drinking 12 hours ago, I was drinking and driving. Even 12 hours ago, even if you're aware of it, it was 2 p.m. by that 12 hours ago when I said that 12 hours ago. But I thought it was 11 o'clock in the afternoon because they came at like 9 or something. Maybe even 8. I don't know. But I thought it was like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was like 12 hours ago. But even if 12 hours ago from 2 p.m., where you're aware of, that's 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Like, my child would be asleep either way it go. And like, I'm the only caregiver of my child at that time because we had no support. And we were just building up our network. And people started banding together more because of this happening to me and my child. So he puts in a report. Yeah, she's been drinking and driving with a child in the car. I asked her when she had alcohol. She said 12 hours ago. She said alcohol is in her in a cup in her car. And I said, I did not say that. Like I said, I told him, I don't know if I have alcohol in my cup. I mean, in my car. But he said I had alcohol in my cup. I'm just like, and then, so you saw alcohol in my cup then? So you search somebody's car? What, see? So they put all these type of lies in this report. So I had to say, I'm guilty of all these lies. So they could say, you're not guilty of, or so they could just take out. Not just to, like, avoid a charge. Like, I don't even know what the charge is. I don't think it's a charge. Hopefully it's not. But they just gonna take out the fact that someone reported that I'm sleeping in the car with my son, which none of them is true. Like, even at that moment in time, none of it is true. But anything I've submitted to prove that it wasn't true was always disregarded. So you tell me how you will heal from stuff like that, or going through that type of stuff, or, you know, doing everything you could, and it meant, like, it meant everything because you won, but it meant nothing when it comes to you having to get there. It's like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I was willing to accept anything long as my child is in my life. I'm not losing my rights or anything like that. I have legal custody of my child. I've been taking care of my child. So if I don't see how I'm doing anything wrong, I stand by that. I don't. I'm not. And even if I make mistakes, like, I don't make enough mistakes to hurt my child. Trust me. I do everything with my child's thing in mind. And I even asked them, I'm like, since you guys forcing me, basically it seems like y'all trying to make us co-parent and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with that. But nothing I said mattered. They did whatever they wanted to do. So, yeah. And then my son, they placed my son where he had his own room. So I'm like, I want the best for him. Like, I want, like, you act like I'm a hater parent. Like, nigga, I want the best for him. Like, shit. If I don't have his own room to put him in, I'm like, I'm down with that. Like, I'm good. So the second person was saying, like, I may have problems with alcohol because she had to pour my alcohol down the drain. Like, I just was thanking her ass for being on my side. She's like, yeah, we try not to do removals and stuff like that. We had this interaction before. And then you end up putting on a report that I may have a problem with alcohol? Dang. Whole fucking demon out here. And then that case just faded out. Like, it's just faded out. Because it really was no problem. We were on our way to fix the issue that somebody called you for out of spite. You show up at the door and the police are helping us go to the shelter. That's why I didn't mind, or, like, I didn't think it was so far-fetched that a police could help me when he said he was going to help me. Police helped us before. So I was like, okay, well, you know, like, it don't sound like it's too far out of their reach. And, you know, and then I know they have, like, certain liaisons for like the outreach teams. I think something like that. Like they have those type of officers and stuff like that. So it's not so far-fetched, like for police to actually mean it when they said they're gonna help you. But I've been told by people, like, what if they were telling you they were gonna help you and then just to, do that, like, and I'm just like, so what was I supposed to do? Like I've had the experience enough to, like decide how I was supposed to do. It's just them. Like nobody holds nobody else accountable. Nobody's being held accountable. It's like, okay, well, I can take that on the chin. I can take that, But I'm like, dang, and then they continue to do this to parents? And kids have to suffer from it. Some of them ain't old enough to even understand that these people on some bullshit. Anyway, I'm gonna just leave it here. Thank y'all for listening to my story. Hope that gave you what you wanted to hear. God, if that was you, or anybody who was interested, as well. Because I like I said, I be feeling y'all positive energy, but I just stopped talking about it because I was going through all of that. And especially here where people get on here and deliberately sabotage me. So I'm just like, why? Why bother? I know in my heart and what I feel, I know what I do in my life. I don't have to prove it to anyone. And then if they really want to know, they'll ask. But, I'm not pushing myself out there. I'm not a martyr at all. I don't care to be one. I know how much work it takes to fucking be a martyr. So, I just deal with my life how I got to deal with my life, You probably wouldn't even heard about it if, this happened while I wasn't on a live. Because of how they were already treating me before they took my son. Right before they took my son. And I fought it. I fought it every single time. Because that same night, I came back and did a reading. And it was about they're going to places you frequented. They're infiltrating places you're frequenting or something like that. They're sending people, hiring people, doing all that type of stuff. And it's not too long either, I think. But yeah, so check it out if you want to. Yeah, I think I'm going to check that one and then this other one that deals with this one. That says the dad had the baby taken for the side chick to be raised by the main chick. It relates to stuff like this. But the dad don't have to actually be doing this. The family got a hand in it, especially the mother of the man, the dad. Yeah, so thank y'all. But yeah, anything you want in this message to come true, especially if it triggered things, like that you wanted to know more information about or how to deal with, I hope it comes true and you get the insight and information you need too, as well, and you get it soon. May God bless us all, right? But yeah, so have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Again, if you're new here, welcome. And I hope that you considered by now or decided to subscribe, join this tribe, this kingdom of God. We're building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. And if you're OG God and God is still, what up, what up? Thank you so much for tuning back in and trusting me again to be your reader. All right. I hope my messages continue to be helpful for you and we continue to connect. Thank you so much for your continued support. All right. But yeah, so kiss your kiss for me. Thank you, God and God's team, for your messages today. I hope I did you all justice. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say happy Black Friday, but I can't. But it's a necessary holiday. I'm not totally against it, but it's just like
as need basis holiday. So if you really needed that item and you've been waiting on it and you're able to get it, it was meant for you. But I just know certain things. I just know the historical context of it, and I either don't celebrate it at all, or partake in it at all. In this case, Black Friday. But I've shopped on Black Friday before, so it's not just totally out of there. But I know you can get good deals, and I honestly I don't think the deals have been, like, over time the deals have been getting worse to me. It used to be like noticeably difference between the sales price and the Black Friday price, and now it's like it's not worth, especially like all the energy that comes with it for those big ticket items and stuff like that. People be having fight for shit and all that type of stuff. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, so if y'all don't know about the origination of Black Friday, that was originally, the day when the slaves were sold. They were put on display to be sold and stuff like that. That's where it originated from, in a nutshell. So, and so I'm not trying to demonize anyone or for, partaking or whatever you do to celebrate Black Friday, even Thanksgiving and stuff like that. I just look at Thanksgiving in a different way, and I thank my ancestors for Thanksgiving, like, for enduring the treatment that they endured. And, if they lost their lives and stuff like that, I thank them, for what they've done to even have this happen to them. All they was doing is sharing a meal on a normal day, and their whole life changed. So I look at it like that, because if we look at it from whoever created it, their standpoint is really they were kind of throwing shade, but they kind of fluff it in our face, plaster it on our face with all those flaws, and hope we don't see it, and distract us with the, like, positivity, and say, call it Happy Thanksgiving. You should be thankful for your family because these two family came together and feast. No, they're saying, happy, thank you for giving me your shit. All right. And Black Friday, whether you believe it's connected or not, that's why it happened the next day. And then we're going to sell whatever we don't want. We're going to sell you. We're going to sell whatever we don't want to take of yours. But we got guns. What y'all going to do about it? Because there were some people who fought back, and that's why we have reservations today. So either way it go, you ultimately gonna thank your ancestors, but they didn't present it like that to us, or when they did present it like that, they made it seem like it was two families coming together, or focused on that part, put that part as a forefront. And then there's always one family that meddles with or bullies the other. And that's what happened. And we had Black Friday after that. Why, right? Why they choose Thursday? But we think all these informations are separate occasions, but they just didn't know how to put together history, or they didn't know how to hide it well in code. And we're cracking that shit in the middle of it. So yeah. Next time you think about Thanksgiving, try to consider that. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe me. Or you don't have to look at it in the same way I'm looking at it as well. Or even feel bad. You do not have to feel bad about it. Like, if you've been celebrating it, or you just didn't know, or you've been celebrating in a certain type of way all these years, don't have to feel bad about it. Just, like I said, they presented it to us. So basically, they made you do something you didn't want to do. Look at it that way. You wouldn't have wanted to do that. You wouldn't have signed up for that. If you would have known they were saying that, thank you for giving me your shit. Because that's what happened. But they presented Thanksgiving to us with rainbows and unicorns and turkeys and all that good stuff. The big bird. Like, during that time, I think one of the chief's names had probably bird in it as well, But yeah, so so in case you wanted to know, or and I went more into this, or got deeper into this on Thanksgiving, where it says, let's cook while listening to our ancestors, the real ones we should be thanking. All right. We should really thank them. All right. Try to thank them. At least, even if you didn't do it yesterday, thank them today. All right. For the pain. Okay. But yeah, some of them people was like, you can have this. You ain't taking all of this. We reserving this for us, and henceforth the reservations. Okay. It came from people who just would not let shit slide. Cause in the name of every slide. Anyway, I love you guys. Kiss your kiss for me. And you know who I'm talking to when I say that. All right. Mwah. Okay. Bye, you guys. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye. Shout out to the 2 people up in here to the end. Bye.